see me? All right, there we go. Let's see how if everything will clear out. So let's discuss credit today in this live stream. And the only reason why I'm actually um, talking about credit is because I saw three videos on yesterday that was released yesterday about Joe Biden and canceling the three major credit bureaus. And I was wondering, like, why was it some recent or more up to date information that I didn't know that happened about the cancellation of the credit agencies? Because this was actually information that I released in February of last month. So, I was trying to see what was it that um, made these YouTubers want to discuss this yesterday. Perry says game time. I don't know if you were talking about credit game, right? But actually, I just finished watching basketball and Jackson State women playing Baylor, right? And that was it was a big loss as to be expected. So you all come in. We have about 50 people coming in, but I'm glad that they did make it to that stage and platform. So congratulations, um, Coach Reed, Tamika Reed in Jackson State. Baylor girls basketball looked like Baylor girls basketball, the number 3 team in the nation. So Jackson State and Coach Tamika Reed represented well. If you all do not know, right, I also did a live stream with the Jackson State women's basketball team, teaching them about credit. So I may pull that up and let you all see that on my channel. So congratulations to Coach Reed, Tamika Reed, and the coaching staff at Jackson State, Miss Coach Ward, Juanita Ward, and everyone that made it to that platform. So let's get into the topic. Let's get into credit. Aloha. Hello, Stephen. Perry says hello again. Hello from Maryland. Hello on Periscope. Hello, Tony. And Monique, hello to you from Dallas. Candy, is it Candy Brown? Candy Brown, hello. Um, and okay. Terry says she's hello, Edward. Thank you so much, King, for reference me as beautiful. Thank you so much. And Perry says I'm talking about you, teaching queen. Okay, I got you. Game time. So let's get into credit as Mr. Omar says that decentralization makes credit scores useless. So let's get into this, right? As I've given my shout outs, we got 51 people live. You all make sure that you hit the thumbs up for me. That will invite more people in to hear the message, because again, I was just trying to figure out what was the big, was it um, a change or announcement of the news, right? That was the reason these YouTubers all within 24 hours wanted to discuss the Joe Biden and changing the credit scores, right? We have Jersey in. Let me give these last shout outs. And right, what's going on, right? I'm going to show you all. And we have Florida. Hello, Florida. Oh, Miami Beach spring break. I just finished watching that on the news, right? Have to lift the curfew, right? People have been restricted and quarantining, and boy, they are getting out enjoying themselves in Miami, right? So be safe on Miami Beach. Enjoy yourself, but at the same token, be safe, right? And we have Jersey checking in as well. So this was an actual video that I live stream, and I see now that it did not get many views, right? And if you can see the date on this, this is February 5th, 2021, that I actually covered this. And I think I'm discussing something about crypto. But let me make this a little bigger so you can see. The title is Will Biden Fire the 3 credit bureaus, right? Will Biden fire the 3 credit bureaus? So I covered this February. And then again, I see this the article right here that I pulled up under Joe Biden's 3 private companies will no longer monopolize credit reports. There will be a public registry house at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB. So the CFPB would have the idea of this, right, is the CFPB, Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, according to the Democrats, will be the one credit agency, everything under one roof. So I get on YouTube yesterday and I see all of this and I'm like, okay, why was this breaking news, right? Let me share some of this with you. So you have the credit game on yesterday, right? He has 44,000 views, almost at 45,000, and I have 500. But he did his video late on March 21st. I mean, March 19th, which was yesterday. And again, I'm like, well, I brought this to the people in February. Again, you probably didn't know because I only had 500 views. He has 44,000, much bigger platform than I. But let me share some of what he said, and we're going to dissect what he's saying, right? And I'm going to pause and just elaborate, right? Elaborate on his video or his live stream. So let's share. I'm going to take it almost to like the 4-minute mark, right? The 4-minute mark.
Okay, which is why when you learn this, you can play the credit game against a flawed system. Biden is trying to pass to where there are no credit bureaus anymore, and to have a unbiased company that is nonprofit to essentially be the housing organization to where everything will be in one place, nonprofit, and it will be a fair practice. Now, as you know, if you're a renter, okay, and you're in a low income area, that what happens is you tend to have a lower credit score because rental payments are not reported to the credit bureaus. They are trying to allow that to happen with the new system. Okay, same thing with your utilities. Utilities are not reported to the credit bureaus currently. They are trying to bring those to the new system. Now, if you think about the credit bureaus in general, you have to think about 3 private companies. Now, it's going to be in one central hub, nonprofit, which means they're going to try to make it as fair as possible. In fact, collections and charge-offs will only be on your credit report for 4 years instead of 7 years. The downside to the whole move, and this is where the scary part comes in, is if it actually gets passed to where the credit bureaus go away and this new system takes place, the people with bad credit, it does not wipe out the bad credit. You move over a lot of the bad credit into a new system, and a new system is not going to be easy to remove the negative collection, the charge-off, the inquiries. Like now, there's a game, right? So I teach you guys the credit game. There's a way of beating the system and getting it to where you can get stuff removed. A lot of people have no credit. 26% of Americans have no credit at all.
Okay, I'm going to pause right there. I did. There's 2 more videos. I'm going to show you all from the credit plug and another young lady. I'm going to save hers for last because I really liked hers best out of all of them. And I'm going to break down why. Now, he's stating, or the credit game, which way do I supposed to be pointing? I don't know. It's stating that he's stating, right, that your old credit will be transitioned over into this new credit system. That's not that won't happen. Under the new credit system, right? I do not foresee your old credit, whether you have collections, uh, late pays, credit cards, being transferred under this new credit, right? And this is why, or under this new system. Or a lot of people don't know. With credit, you know about the three major credit bureaus. You know about Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. You don't know about the smaller credit agencies such as LexisNexis, Stage Screen, right? All of these that report to the larger credit bureaus, right? And so you have smaller credit agencies that quote unquote verify. LexisNexis have so much of your history on you, and this is usually the one that holds or report into bankruptcy and things on that. So you have all of these smaller credit agencies, right? And you have the larger credit agencies. And that's why the game of credit is not as easy, right? As a lot of people portray it to be. And so, will the old credit move over when this new system um, comes into play? I don't think so, because there will be also a monetary reset, and it also will be a credit reset, right? It would be both a monetary reset and a credit reset. And this is why many people stimulus right now, see the debt collectors right now are trying to get their money on unpaid debts, because they understand too that this system is going to a reset. And so either they get it now or they may not get it. Now, what I think the new credit system will do, it will report your rent. That's why with Experian it's already been experimental, right, for approximately 2 years, that you can add your utilities, your rent to your credit score to boost your credit score, right? And a lot of people was doing this, right? And so now when you have a lot of evictions and moratoriums that are scheduled for the end of March, and then foreclosure evictions scheduled for the end of July, and a lot of student loan debt that has not been paid, when the government is now having conversations about, and I'm gonna stop sharing this and out, about paying off or having student loan debt assistance, right? Then your old credit system reporting will not be carried over. It's going to be a new monetary system and a new credit reporting system. And let me break down the other two videos, because this is going to be a very in-depth, detailed video. And I'm going to show you or explain to you why I like, it's two more videos that were released on yesterday about this, and why the last one I'm going to expound on that is the one that I like best out of the two. So let's look at into the credit game and his, I guess, theory or philosophy or how this will happen. Let's finish with his interpretation of it, right?
76% of Americans have
So let me pause right there. So he said, you are not hearing sound on the video? No sound on the video? All right, let me stop sharing it. So let me replay it if you did not hear the sound on it. Let me replay that portion that he just said, because that's important. So let me replay this and let me know if you all can hear now.
76% of Americans. So Biden comes in and says, okay, cool. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put it into one space. And in this one space, we are going to try to make it as ethical as possible. Now, that word right there, when you're talking about credit repair, is like the devil, because there are loopholes right now inside the credit game that allow you to remove the negatives, the inaccurates. If the president is able to get this passed and you have the negative information on your credit report, the chances and the likelihood of you getting it removed through the new system, which is going to be through the CFPB, Consumer Finance,
I want to pause that because he took a pause when he said that. If the president gets this passed, getting your negatives removed through the new system, the CFPB, is going to be difficult, or he says impossible. Now, again, right, some of these negatives, for example, may not be carried over. If, for example, they decide to, I'm not playing the video right there. There's no volume now. I'm not playing. I have it on pause. If they decide to, for example, eradicate a certain percentage of student loan debt. Now, will these foreclosures that come up in July be carried over? It could possibly be. It could possibly be. However, I do think this carryover will allow people with student loan debt, no matter, like if the government only will approve 10,000 or maybe 50,000 for student loan debt, right? Who is this person keep saying, where's the volume? I'm not playing the video. It keeps saying no sound, no sound. I'm not even playing the video. Person, I'm talking. It's pause. Right? So please stop just doing it before I just have to remove you in timeout. But let me know if you can hear me. I'm not playing the video at this point. Okay? So let me just take the video off. And so people, that's why this year it's harder, it's more difficult for you, right, to even get negative items removed from your credit report. Right? That's why it's hard to get negative items, or difficult right now, from your credit report, because it's changing, right? It's changing. It's going to transition as the currency system is going to change as well. And so there are a lot of people in this credit space that they are still releasing videos about adding your children as authorized users on credit score. One person that's really big in the game is him 500, but that's not. It's not going to work anymore. That will not work. Look, having your children as AUs is not going to work anymore, right? Really leveraging your credit. A lot of the credit cards have stopped, and you being added to someone's as an AU is not. You renting someone else's credit is not working anymore. You asking someone to be added on AU, that's not. You might as well don't pay for that services if you're paying for it. It's not working anymore. It's over with. It's done. Right. So okay, yeah, I think they have a delay of the video, right? Because I'm just seeing him say he can hear now. So they must have a delay. It's not working anymore. The time, Stephen says tragic. And Stephen, I hope that the people that have good credit have already leveraged their credit, right? I hope that they have already leveraged their credit to obtain assets, because that part of the credit game is over with. And when it gets to one system under the CFPB, it is going to be more difficult to not only get negatives removed or deleted, but to leverage your credit in a way, right? That I apologize. He said you have a delay, so I apologize. I just thought it was so. I'm glad you can hear now, right? It's funny how CG put that video out, but still selling trade line products. Some people just don't understand credit and what's going on, right? So you even my jewelers club, those creditors, those primary trade lines that I used to, encourage you all to get, New Coast Direct, they have stopped reporting, right? They have stopped reporting to all three credit agencies because the credit game is about to change, right? So let's play, and then I'm going to play the credit plug after him. Let me share this snippet again.
Probably not going to happen, guys. So you better learn how to play the game now and get what you need to get now. If you have yourself with inaccurate, obsolete, unfair, erroneous, incorrect information on your credit report today, as you're watching this video, if it happens where they can adopt this new model and the bureaus are no longer housing the data for your credit history, because most people have no idea how they even get a score. They're like, I don't know how to get a score. Well, I can tell you, 35% is your payment history, 30% your utilization, 15% is your age, 10% of your is a mixture between revolving and installment, and 10% is your inquiry. That's how your credit score is made up. But there's 528 different algorithms that make up a credit score. I just showed you 5. So there's a couple hundred other factors that are in there that actually make up a credit score. But those are the main 5. With the new system, who knows how they're going to regulate the payment history, the inquiries, the age, the utilization. We don't know that. And when you adopt the new system, generally what happens is the people with great credit end up on the positive side. Just like I've been telling you guys about FICO 10. These people that had the FICO, that when FICO 10, now that it's being adopted, lenders are starting to pick it up. The people that have great credit are being rewarded. The people that have bad credit are getting smashed. This is going to be even worse because Biden gets this. You guys are going to a new system. You got collections or charge-offs or a lot of inquiries or negative items on your credit report, and you get adopted into a new system. Guess what? Now the credit game may not be able to play the credit game because.
Okay, so he is correct. He will not be able to play the credit game under this new system, and this is partial the reason why the game is changing, right? And again, he released this video yesterday. I released my video that it only had 597 views in February, speaking about this February 21st. So then you have now the credit plug, right? Let me bring the credit plug up. He also made a video about this yesterday. Again, I don't know why all of these new videos wanted to discuss this on yesterday. I Googled, I didn't see any breaking news, anything new. The article that I shared with you all in February is still the same information. I didn't see anything breaking, right? So now you have the credit plug who also, and if you all stay on all the way to the end, I will answer your credit questions, right? So if you look at the video with the credit plug, his date was also March 20th. Again, yesterday, I didn't see any breaking news. I just saw 3 videos about something that I brought to you all in February, right? So, but they definitely have way more views than I did. I go ahead and give him the light. So let's listen to the credit plug and chime in into what he has to say. If you're buffering bad, it must be your Wi-Fi on your end on Periscope. So try to get stronger on Wi-Fi.
Bit more equitable. But in theory, it sounds like a good idea. Practical wise, this is something that's going to take years. In my opinion, I think this would take anywhere from 7 to 10 years to actually implement to the point where people are actually.
Now I'm going to pause right there. I don't think this is this will not be a 7 to 10 year implementation. Because once cryptocurrency is more adopted in mainstream, right? Next year, the credit system will make adjustments to it as well. You already have your fintech companies. You already have your companies that's allowing you to use certain cryptocurrencies to get collateral or to get debt, to get access to debt. I don't think this is going to be a 7-year implementation, right? Um, and if because it's no way that this could take 7 years when you're already seeing the changes in the credit system this year. Ali says there is a change. There is no change happening short term. This will take a while. Why I do suggest is that you adapt to maintaining good credit and strengthen credit for the next 3 to 5 years. I think when cryptocurrency becomes mainstream and the United States will have to have its digital currency, you are definitely going to see these changes when the credit system in 2022 of next year, because it's already here. You already can use Bitcoin and Ethereum and take out loans without government ID, right? Up to 60% loan to value ratio. You already have fintech companies in place that will offer you loan not through FICO. And you already have the FICO credit system, right? Because again, once people get so much in debt and they have and that's why you have your debt collectors again right now that's using or have court orders to garnish stimulus money because it's no longer will they be in existence, right? To be able to collect their money if they don't collect it now, once this credit and currency system resets. So they're trying to do it now and recuperate as much as they can, because when people don't understand that when commercial banks, right, when the great reset happens, it's going to reset currency and credit. So we cannot be operating under FICO for another 7 to 10 years when we have digital currency in place, and the United States will have to respond again to China releasing its digital yuan currency for the Winter Olympics beginning of 2022. We're not just going to sit back and allow China to implement its global reserve currency without having to change our currency system, because the dollar will no longer be the world reserve currency system. And this is why I told you all when I first started getting into cryptocurrency, the reason why I first started getting into cryptocurrency is because I started researching. It was getting a little blurry. I started researching cryptocurrency and lending and getting loans and using it as collateral. So this won't be a 7 to 10 year plan. I don't even think it's going to be a 3 to 5 years. I would say next year and definitely by 2023, you're going to see these changes, right? So let's finish listening in to the credit plug.
Being able to take advantage of it, right? And the reason why it's going to take a long time to implement is because there has to be a transition from the private credit reporting agencies to this public credit registry that would be managed by the Consumer Protection Financial Bureau. And that's just going to take a long time because they need to actually accumulate up to 7 years of credit data. So this isn't something that's going to happen tomorrow, next year, or even 4 or 5 years from now. And this is something that's probably going to take anywhere from 7 to 10 years. So we'll see what happens if this.
Okay, another thing, when things move to blockchain technology, that transition doesn't take long. And not only will credits be on the blockchain, right? So will your stocks, right? More control, more government control. They brought this out and they advertise it from a sense that they're trying to prevent redlining and discrimination, especially with minorities as it comes to their credit. But that's not the underlying reason. The underlying reason for this is because we're moving to a digital economy, which is cryptocurrency, which is leading the way, and everything will be on the blockchain. Not only will your government ID records, your birth certificates, your public taxes, your benefits if you're a veteran, all this, every transaction you make, you will not have tax accountants anymore to do your taxes, right? We're transitioning from debt based money to debt free money, right? So these transitions, just like money through cryptocurrency, will move through the speed of lighting. That's the whole reason why. That's the whole agenda of 5G, and to increase the strength and the power of the internet so that we can move to this cryptocurrency system, which gives the government more power, right? And more control. And everything you do, just like you see right now on the paper dollar, will be under the all seeing eye, literally. Face recognition, installation of cameras, even with the CBC, the digital currency, the central bank's digital currency with the United States, right, is going to be introduced as universal basic income, right? That's what they're going to call it. They're going to say, you know what, the stimulus is not working. I do believe we will have a fourth stimulus, but it's going to be called UBI, Universal Basic Income. And the universal basic income, I believe, will be approximately $2,000 payouts monthly. However, under this universal basic income, you won't have the freedom of like you have now to spend on what you want to with cash. Like with cash or even a credit card right now, right? Someone says $1,000 a month, okay? You can at least convert cash or your credit cards into gold and silver, right? Which is real money. So now under the United States digital currency, they can tell you, the government can tell you what you can buy and what you cannot buy. They're going to say, okay, printing out or distributing this money, paper money, monopoly money is what's causing inflation. And the other video that I'm going to share with you all, I don't know how universal basic income, where the government control what you can spend and what you cannot spend, sounds good to you, right? I hope you made that comment about something else, because the pitch line that they're going to say is that as we, someone said it's like that with the EBT card now. Exactly. And that's how the universal basic income is going to be. However, it's not going to allow people to be able to purchase real assets. See, at least right now with your credit, you can use your credit or cash to get real assets such as real estate, gold, silver, home-based business. Well, under UBI, the government was like, no, you can't use our funds to get that investment property. No, you can't use our funds to get an ounce of silver. No, that's not a legal purchase. No, you can't do that. You can only use it for food, for this. And who knows, they may even put restrictions on it that you cannot travel to other states. Like everyone is Miami Beach right now. Government may say, no, you cannot use this to take vacations. It's not what this money is for. It's for essential needs, right? Essential bills, right? 4 years. I don't know what you mean by 4 years. No, the credit changing, it will not be 4 years. It will be sooner than 4 years. It's going to be implemented when the currency system is implemented. And it's not going to be a good thing. It is going to be more power and control for the government. Exactly, on Periscope. It's going to be more. See, right now, your credit, right? You can leverage and use credit to invest. A lot of people don't use it that way. They use their credit to really imprison themselves and not empower themselves, right? Let me say that again. A lot of people use credit to imprison themselves, not empower themselves, meaning they do not use their credit to invest in things that will appreciate in value or improve in value or increase in value. They use their credit to go on shopping sprees, to go on vacations, to buy depreciating brand new vehicles, things that lower over time in value or worth, right? It's called liabilities as well. So someone says, yes, it's more government control, right? I've been rebuilding my credit. I believe I've been getting discriminated against by the bureaus. Exactly how do you feel like you've been discriminated against? Because I've told people all the time that if you live in a certain zip code, you will not get high credit limit, credit cards, no matter even if you have a perfect 850 credit score. Redlining has always existed in the credit world, right? It's always been discrimination when it comes to credit. If you live in a poor neighborhood in Louisiana, for example, versus a rich and affluent neighborhood in Wisconsin, where the average credit score may be a 820 in Wisconsin, but then you have a 850 in a low income, low credit score average neighborhood in Louisiana. Even with your 850, you will not get the credit lines, limits, or opportunities that you would if you lived in an affluent neighborhood in another state where the income is higher and the average credit scores are higher, right? Someone on Periscope asked me how good is my credit. It's really none of your business. What does my credit has to do with yours? But I will say this, my credit score is good enough to get assets. And that's the only reason why anybody should be happy about their credit. Not because you're using your credit right now to go and purchase overpriced homes. Houses right now are grossly overpriced. Not because you can go in the car lot and get a new truck, right? Even if it's at 3% interest rate, and that in 2 or 3 years, that brand new vehicle is going to be devalued and depreciated. Not because you can take your STEMI or your credit and take a vacation, that in 2-3 months you got to figure out, now how do I pay for when that bill comes in the mail. That's how good my credit is. I have assets with it. Now, how good is yours? What assets have you purchased with your credit? Right? No, you cannot just log onto your credit report and dispute addresses. The only addresses that you can log onto your credit report and dispute, first of all, usually Experian only offer that services, right? And the only ones that you can get easily removed through Experian by logging on and disputing your addresses are the addresses that are not connected to negative accounts. But when that address is connected to a negative account, like when you lived at 123 Main Street and you got that, you filed bankruptcy, or they mailed your debt collection notice to 123 Main Street, and now that's the address that's connected to that debt collecting debt that's reporting on your credit report, then you have to do more than just log online and get that address deleted. Way more than that. It's a different strategy, right? Ali says one thing that everyone needs to be aware of is the concept of institutional risk, regardless of credit score, new systems, and or future gimmicks. Banks and creditors have internal risk analysis, right? And one of those, Ali, is the resilience score, right? The resilience score. So now they're looking at your job and your income and the likelihood that you will have income through your job. And they're seeing the risk as far as, will you be a person whose job is not at risk of being existing, right? Going into this new economy. I did a live stream and I talked about all the jobs. You got construction workers' jobs will be replaced through machines, technology, and robots. Again, if you're a tax preparer, your job will be taken over by blockchain and cryptocurrency. Just so many jobs. I don't want to go over Uber drivers. It's so many jobs that's not coming back. And they already know this. So if you are employed in that job field, the likelihood of you getting credit right now is going to be denied, no matter how good your credit profile look or how high your number is, right? Okay, well, I listen, like I said, I hope it's not too late, because even building your credit right now, the things that you heard about by the bigger people, like Him 500, that they're coming out now, is not working. People, it's not going to work. The system is already, anybody in this credit game that's saying it's going to take 7 to 10 years, they're not being honest with you, because they know the system has already changed. It's not going to take that long. Authorized users don't work the way they used to work. Getting negatives removed, it doesn't happen as quick as it used to happen, or as easy as it used to happen. Primary trade lines, again, like New Coast Direct and My Jewelers Club, are not reporting to all 3 credit agents like they used to report. And anybody doing credit repair is telling you it is more challenging and difficult. I don't care if they tell you they can get it did in 45 days. That is not true. Right? That's not true. I have, let me see. I do not understand credit, even though I had 3 houses. I always felt I had bad credit because of lack of knowledge. Maybe so. Can you dispute late payments? But yes, you can. But that takes a higher craft skill as well, because you want to dispute late payments in such a way in which that if you have more positive payment history reporting, like if you've paid on an account for 2 years in good standing and you have 1 30-day late, you want to dispute it in such a way that the 1 30-day late is reversed versus the entire positive payment history is deleted. Right? So you don't want to what a lot of people will do is just get the entire account deleted. And now those 2 years of positive payments have been deleted, right? You don't want to cut off your nose in a sense to save your face or smite your face, because now you've all that positive payment history just been deleted because of 1 30-day late, you know. But that's what a lot of credit people do. It's not what I do. Or what I used to do. I really don't focus on credit that much anymore because of these changes. But there are still a small amount of people that I do take as clients, or that I still do credit analysis for people to help them and to give them the advice on exactly what they need to do concerning their customized credit situation, right? Okay, okay. Well, that's good. She says My Jewelers Club is still reporting to all 3 for her or him, and it's more challenging. It is more challenging to remove negative items. And so let's look at this last video. Again, all 3 of them was made on yesterday. So I really like this young lady video. She had the least amount of views, but that's pretty much how it works. The ones with the least amount of views have the most information. So I liked hers. We're going to dissect this. And let me share. Are the creditors allowed to report late payments after account has closed? If they have closed your account, yes, they still can report the late payments after the account is closed. And that's why in that case, that when accounts are closed, is best to just get the entire account at that point removed, right?
And at that point, I bought my second house at 25 with 2 children. So I had the income already going to subsidize my job. So this is what they're not telling you. This is not going to help wealth inequality when a person now, if they don't have access to credit, it's very hard. And what we already have out here is fintech companies. And if you look at my channel, I made videos. I just dropped the video. There are companies now that actually will just look at your income and extend you a line of credit from your income alone. So the income part of removing the credit bureaus or a credit score, removing that altogether is not going to fix the part of income. Only education can fix the part of income, because the more that they are printing money, the more stimulus money that's going out, you're going to see more inflation go up.
So let me pause right there. This is why I liked hers. Again, all three of these were released yesterday, right? You all say, I like hers more than any of them. More educational, more insight, more educating about inflation, more telling you that much of your credit from here on out is going to rely more on income based and future income predictions as well. That's a big change. That's going on right now that FICO 10 began last summer implementing, because they knew that the recession would be here, right? So let's finish watching hers. I really did like her breakdown and explanation better than the other two videos, right? Ari said this is true. Exactly. This is why this is not going to take 7 to 10, even 3 years, in my opinion. You've only deal with fintech companies for your business, right? What about late medical bill payments? What about it, Yolanda? Someone says, I have a 4-year-old charge off doing anything they want. I don't know. And people, and I don't mean any harm, but this is why I tell people a lot of time, you don't, if you, maybe you're typing that way because we're on live stream and you try to shorthand, because of the amount of space that you can, or wording that you can put in your comments. But this is why a lot of people can't fix their own credit. They can't even type complete sentences that people can understand and articulate. And so when you have all these people that show up out of nowhere, right, and give you these promises of 45 days for 45 years of bad credit, if it sounds too good to be true, then it is. Yes. Late medical. I'm assuming this is what you're asking me. Does that have an impact on your credit? Yes, because you said, what about late medical bills? Does that have an impact on your credit? Yes, it does. It does. Yes, they do. They do.
And so a lot of people are happy because of the windfall, and I understand, because people need income. But what they don't tell you, the more money that they're putting into the system, the higher the inflation. So people like me that own property, we're the beneficiary of that money printing. And even more is the wealthy. This is why I try to encourage people why I save in silver and also invest in precious metals like gold.
Did you all hear what she said? Why she save in silver and invest in precious metals like gold. Now this is real. This is why credit is queen. Because a lot of women explain the ways to use credit, in my opinion, way better than some of the men on YouTube as it relates. And then someone asked me what type of assets do you get with your credit? Well, she spend game. I've been spend game for years. Crypto.com, for example, used to have it real easy to link your credit cards to invest in crypto. It's not that easy anymore. Navy Federal credit cards or more difficult to do that through crypto.com. For example, right, they're saying identity proof and now gold and silver, right? Used to be real easy to purchase gold and silver through credit cards. A lot of credit card companies are not making it that easy to purchase your gold and silver. Used to be real easy, right, to liquidate credit cards. Not easy anymore. And when I say liquidate credit cards, that means convert credit cards to cash. So I came before you all last year and I was telling you when you was getting the balance transfer offers, the 0% balance transfer offers, I was telling you all last year to take advantage of that so you can convert your credit cards into cash because you're not seeing those anymore. You're not seeing a 0% balance transfer offers anymore, right? And as a matter of fact, the interest rate on credit cards and loans and debt from banks is about to increase. Once the late medical bills are paid, then how can it show as a positive? You will have to contact the medical debt collector, and before you make the payment, make that arrangement and make sure that they give it to you in writing, that by paying on a medical bill, that they will update your late payments into positive. Those are one way. Another way is to dispute the medical bill from reporting on your credit report in the first place, right? Dispute the accuracy of reporting. Actually, I like the second method way better than the first one. So if you're paying on it, dispute the accuracy of how they are reporting the medical bill on your credit report. It's best, in my opinion, altogether to get any collections just deleted based off inaccurate reporting on your credit report. All right, so let's finish listening to her live stream.
Because the more that they print this money, the less your money is valued. It's not that the price of food is going up. It's not that it's a reason why now you go and get detergent and it's about this small. That is inflation. You are getting less for your dollar. Your dollar purchasing power is going down the more money they add into it. So like I always use the example, we all have been to a bar, and the more water that bartender or ice that bartender add to that vodka, the less potency. It's the same way with your money. The more they put more money, or what is really not even money, it's currency. The more currency that's not backed by anything, it's monopoly money, into the system, the less you can afford. So now you're seeing, even if they remove the credit out of the way, your income, even now, the house prices are skyrocketing. They are some of the highest house prices that has been in decades. The house prices are going up all across. If that person is already low income, how now with house prices going up, can they still afford that home without even having a credit score, even with the credit taken out the way, and they're still jobless or they're still making less than what that home is being worth? And keep in mind, it's not that the value of my home per se is going up. No, the house isn't increasing in wealth. Your dollar is decreasing on what it can afford, the purchasing power compared to your dollar. Your dollar just can't buy what it used to buy because they flooded the market. So this is going to be one of the ways that you can learn and how to get out of this rat race. As Robert Kiyosaki would say, you need to learn how to invest in assets and not liabilities. Stop picking up vehicles and stuff that is not making you money. And I know some people, oh, well, I can buy a car and rent it on Turo. If you're doing that, that's great for you. But most people are not doing that. Okay.
Okay, so I really love her video that was dropped on that yesterday. Like she says, a lot of these things that Him 500, nothing against Him 500, right? You see what his selling of the credit game has produced for him personally. But a lot of people are not in position to do that. A lot of people don't even know how to just simply use a credit card to invest in silver and gold. And people, all you have to do is go online and find online creditable dealers, right? So let me read some comments and make a purchase, just like you will go online and shop at Amazon and make a purchase. That's how you convert credit into real monetary assets. Ali says, Queen, if you like to join, I got a stream coming up. Yes, that'll be great. Send me an email of the link and I will do this. I would love to tag team with you about credit because people don't know credit is very much a mental stress game. This is why I only help a certain amount of people at this time. So yes, send me the link to my email and I will be happy. You all make sure you are, I call him the king of credit, or subscribe to him at YouTube. So approximately 45 minutes, we will continue this discussion because I'm seeing a lot of questions and I may not be able to get to, right? So please subscribe to him at YouTube, right? And watch our live stream on that. That's a strategy that mostly Him 500 teach people to do with their credit and other people is buy a vehicle and then rent it out. But it's hard to even find any rental vehicles right now. And even used vehicles are overpriced as well. And new vehicles, right, are not being manufactured. They said they having issues with smart chips globally. So that strategy won't work. This is his YouTube channel, you all. Yes. So Steven says, glad I stopped buying. I never stopped buying properties, businesses, and investing in cryptocurrencies. Exactly. So for people that want to know what assets should you use your credit to invest in, then that's what you do, right? These are assets, things that put money into your pocket. So you all, please, yes, Ali, LD, hit the like button, right? Please hit the like button. And yes, the email, yes, LD at Fix My Credit and Cash. You can email me that link and we can go live. So let me prepare for that live stream. I'm going to get me something to snack on. Again, make sure you all are subscribed to him and we're going to continue this conversation. Again, I thought it was a tad bit, strange that all three of those videos was released on yesterday's from those three different platforms. I tried to see, was it something that maybe I didn't know, right? That was newly released. And it was nothing that I didn't say already in February. And that's, I've been telling you all up to this year. Regina, you're gonna have to get off of Facebook and subscribe to his YouTube channel, right? This is him on YouTube. Right. So for everyone on Periscope and Facebook, make sure you're subscribed so you all can tune in when we go live. So let me get off so we can go live. And also, crypto investing, you want the crypto investing book, or you're saying that you want a credit analysis. While we are still under FICO, you can go to fixmycreditandcash.com. The credit analysis is $125 investment. Also, if you want the cryptocurrency investing book, go to cash on crypto. That's crypto with a K.com, right? There's also many cryptocurrencies that you all can invest in to leverage and get collateral and credit outside of the FICO system as well, right? Okay, well, God bless you. I haven't had a car in several years. So how do you travel? By flight when you want to travel outside of state? Oh my God, Ali, I might not even want to do a critics. I can't. Okay. They saying they only see your email. Let me show them your, let me find your YouTube page. Ali. Ali, will you drop a link to your YouTube so they can subscribe to you if he's still on YouTube? All you had to do, people, was type his name in that you saw. But this is his YouTube channel, right? I'll drop the link in. We're going to be on his platform. It takes so much out of me to discuss credit, I tell you. Right. Right. So that's his YouTube channel link, you all. All right, Charles says because so many people found loopholes to the credit game, they didn't want to stop it. Last year, United States reached the highest average credit score, 706. You got to remember, companies make their money from people with bad credit. And if everybody has good credit, right, they have to give the best interest rate, APR rate, which means we don't have anything. And what was going on was people were paying credit card bills down with stimulus money and things like that, right? I don't have Cash App to buy the crypto book. Thank you for purchasing. He said, you don't have a Cash App. I have a PayPal. I don't use it much, but let me see. Can I find it? PayPal.me. Let me see if I can find a PayPal link. I don't like to use PayPal because of the fees. Cash App, I get 100%. But if not, just download Cash App. Just download Cash App because I prefer Cash App. Download that app. And if you're having some issues with downloading it, then that's my PayPal link to purchase the cash on crypto. Okay, you all. So let me get ready for this live stream coming up. Give me something to eat and drink. And thanks for the feedback, communication, comments, right? And let's get this cash, let's get this crypto, let's get this credit queen out.